No days off stopping in Ottawa Hills this week. Green Bears coming off a 7-3 season, but have a new head coach as Chris Hardman is back on the varsity sidelines, but really he never left. Eric Halbert sits down with the man of many sports in this installment of No Days Off.
Okay, so you and I were under protected cover of a press box, not having to be out in the elements anymore, and calling football games where you had a chance to be smarter than every coach because you could see what was happening and you had replay, and now you give it all that back up and you're going back on the field. Why would you do this?
Very simple solution. Coaching kids and being on the sideline is a fantastic opportunity. As much as I enjoyed BCSN and appreciated that opportunity, working with kids in the game of football, I just couldn't deny myself that chance to do it again, so we're excited.
Do you feel smarter now that you've had a different angle of watching and calling games?
Actually, I do.
Yeah, yes.
I saw football played very well for 4 years sitting in the booth. Complete different perspective. I'm not nearly the coach of all those great coaches that we witnessed on Friday nights and Saturday nights, but I do feel a little smarter. I hope it will transition.
How hard will you push for instant replay at high school football games? What BCSN is there?
Well, actually, I'm going to probably keep BCSN from doing instant replay, and that might be the best thing for us.
So what is it like? So, you have been away from coaching. How many years for football? How many years have you been away?
4.
Okay, so 4 years in the booth, calling games,
Yep.
And now back at it again. We're still a little early, but what has it been like? Is it just like right back on the saddle?
I really believe so. Although the rule book came and the stuff from the state the other day, and I thought, gosh, I better sit down and read this. While being in the booth, you did get to know some of those things. It's a little different now. I have to know that stuff for the sake of our kids. But otherwise, no. I don't want to say it's like riding a bike, but, it's still kids and it's a game of football. And I love being around the kids. So, no, I think we'll be okay.
And Coach Neuendorf, he did a fantastic job, as you have said many times, and he's still going to be a part of the overall program, correct?
Oh, absolutely. We're very lucky. Greg Neuendorf is an outstanding football coach with a growing family. Wanted to step away. We kept him in the program. He's going to continue to run the youth program where he created a dynamite feeder system, and it's coming. But he'll coach junior high football. We're lucky to have him. Our kids love him. The community loves him. So, his football mind's still going to be around Ottawa Hills football.
Speaking of growing family, your kids are up out of the house. They're grown up. They've got kids of their own. Is your wife happy that you're going to be out of the house more?
My wife, for many years has been delighted and supportive that I can follow my passion, and she's used to me being at games, and she supports that completely.
So you're going back to football, and again, this is not something that's unfamiliar. But the baseball run you've had this past year was an incredible run for you guys. You're still coaching summer baseball. How are you able to juggle all this here 4 years later?
Well, I did do this for, I think I coached 3 sports for 34 years. So I'm used to that. Frankly, I like that. I like 3-sport athletes. I still support that. I wish we had more of that. But I'm okay with being a 2-sport coach. And if John Lindsay had taken me back, I'd probably see if I could do basketball. Somebody said, why do you do that? And I said, I like going to games. So I like working with kids. But no, it's there's a game about every night, and I couldn't be happier.
We're focusing on football, but just to backtrack one more time to baseball, give me an idea of this run that you had, the deep playoff run. Did you expect that at the beginning of the year with the kids you had coming back?
Well, I told the people from BCSN when they were interviewing us after the loss in the regional finals, I said our goal was to win the state championship. So yes, we had 8 seniors that had been through the gamut of baseball experiences. They were so teachable and coachable, and they were great. We fell a little short on that day. I don't think anybody was disappointed with that, even though we had high goals. But no, to tell you that we didn't expect that, no, we did. The kids did, the parents did, our coaches did, and it was everything we hoped it would be.
And it's no secret, obviously, Ottawa Hills is one of the smaller schools, being in the TAC. But the athletic success this past year in boys athletics, with baseball with you, lacrosse as well, what does that say about this small little village and their athletes?
Well, I even want to go one step further than that. When you think about the academic pressures and the social pressures of being a student at Ottawa Hills, and to think we had young men do tremendous in track, getting to Columbus and getting up on the stand. We had our lacrosse team getting beat in the state finals, the baseball team. I think it says a couple things. We have terrific kids, and they're well coached, at least in the other things other than baseball. I won't say that, but they're able to manage it, and it's been a terrific spring, but we've had a lot of those. Our kids do an amazing job.
And not to leave out Coach Neudorf from what he did with the football program. As you saw, he's happened to build that program up. But again, we mentioned it's a small village, so the turnover of kids. Your challenge is maybe coming up here this summer and into the fall, getting back into the saddle as the head football coach.
Our football team last fall finished 7-3, just missed out on the playoffs, won a co-championship in the TAC. We graduated 10 seniors. They all played.
Yeah.
And that's just part of the cycle that we deal with. Many of those same kids were on our baseball team. So we lost a whole lot of manpower. So we'll be dealing with kids that don't have a great deal of varsity experience. I guess that's a challenge. But what I've found is, in just this short time that we've been together, is they're excited. Because they will get to step out on the field on Friday night and compete. And so consequently, I think it's going to be fun. I think there'll continue to be an excitement around Ottawa Hills football, and we have nothing but high expectations for our kids.